Hi guys, it's me, Carmela. Oh, this is kind of nice lighting. Hi. So today I want to talk about something. Let me show you actually. This little thing in my nose, which is my septum. And as you can tell, it's crooked. What I'm going to talk about is my septum experience. Yeah, okay, my experience is different. Obviously, everybody's experience is going to be a little bit different. Ignore the boxes and the bed and everything. I'm moving tomorrow, and if you notice, I have, like, nothing packed. Well, I have, like, 5 boxes over there, but really not that much. So, back to my little nose thing. So, getting your septum done can be one of the greatest things or one of the worst things. There's 2 places to pierce your septum. There's cartilage, or there's what's called the sweet spot. From doing research, I learned that the sweet spot, if you get it pierced there, it doesn't hurt, and it's very easy. Your healing process is, minimal and all that stuff. So, if you have a sweet spot, kudos to you. I didn't. Yes, this was my awesome experience. I went there and he didn't use a clamp, and my eye just got something in it. He didn't use a clamp, but he put the thing on one side of my nose and he put the needle on the other, hold on, he cleaned my nose first. Let me rewind. He cleaned my nose first, and I said, oh, it smells like wintergreen, and I was like, what's the worst part of this? And he's like, well, me cleaning your nose out is the only part that's gonna hurt. And I'm like, okay, so this should be a breeze then. And, I've gotten a couple tattoos, so I figured it shouldn't hurt that much, and I've gotten my ears pierced. I figured it shouldn't hurt that much. That needle went through my nose, and I wanted to punch something because it hurt. I felt it. My friend told me that she got pierced by the same guy, and that I guess her needle was a little bit smaller than mine. Lucky for her. Mine just looked big, but it was a little bit bigger. And I don't remember the size of it, but it was big. And went through my nose, and obviously my tears started flowing. And I could really feel it. And then he stuck the jewelry in, and I could feel it, and I paid $40 for it, so I was keeping it in my nose regardless, because it was gonna hurt either way. So I looked at it and I was like, okay, it looks nice. Now let's, let me go about my day now. And cleaning it, for the first 2 days, I could not touch it. I could not stick anything in my nose. It was so painful. And, like, if I even touched it, I would cry. It was probably the most miserable experience. And, like, I'm able to clean it now. But tonight when I cleaned it, I cleaned this side, and it took my ring and it went all the way over. And I could definitely feel it. And it hurt. And it doesn't hurt as bad now. I mean, it took about 2 to 3 days for me to be able to actually, like, touch the ring. Now I can kind of move it, but if it gets jolted like that to where it moves all the way over, I can feel it in my nose, and it's not pleasant at all. We will just say that. But I paid money for it. It's gonna hurt whether I keep it in or whether I take it out, so I might as well keep it in, let it heal. Hopefully it heals to where I'm able to take it out without it being even more painful. I know that'll probably take a little bit longer since mine was pierced through the cartilage. I don't know what They said, or wait, I do know what the healing time is. He told me like 6 weeks or so. So I'm guessing since mine's pierced through the cartilage, that mine will take a little bit longer. But, and then my fucking horseshoe is crooked in my nose. And then you try to adjust it, but I think it's the way the ring is. So whenever I try to adjust it, oh, it's kind of even. No, it's not. Ignore my face. But it's kind of even. Not really. But that's my septum experience. My advice to you is, if you do not have a sweet spot, prepare for it to hurt. Because on a pain scale of 1 to 10, it was definitely like a 7 or 8 for me. And it hurt more so afterwards than it did the actual piercing, because I could not touch my nose. And another thing when getting your septum pierced, blowing your nose is an effing nightmare. This is when Q-tips become your best friend, because when you can't, when you blow your nose, snot will get stuck to your ring. And, I mean, you can touch it with your hand if you want to, but personally, I just use a Q-tip, and then I just, like, stick it up there, and then clean it out. And that's how I've been blowing my nose, because it hurts. The great thing about your septum is, though, you can just flip it up for work. Ow. I swear it doesn't hurt. And then you can't even tell that I have it done. And then you just flip it down, and it's like, bam. Perfect piercing for if you work in like a workplace where you can't have piercings, but you still want one. It's awesome. I love mine. But at the same time, was it worth the pain that I went through? No. If I could do it over again, I wouldn't do it. But like I said, that's just my experience. Make sure that you do your research before getting your septum pierced, because it's not something to take lightly. It's not like a simple ear piercing or a nostril piercing. It hurts if you only have cartilage. Just be careful, be safe, and that's that. That's my experience, and if you get your septum done, hopefully yours is a lot better experience than mine. Peace.